YouTube, what is good? It is your boy STMXVII back at you again today with another Apex Legends video. And in today's video, guys, we have the ultimate Apex Legends legend tier list. And I really think you guys will enjoy my rankings. I tried to base them off of abilities, team coercion, and just overall playmaking ability as a legend. Just keep in mind, this is my opinion. I don't want anybody to get hurt where I put their legends. Just bear with me here, please. That's all I ask. And if you guys do enjoy the legend tier list, I would really appreciate if you left a like, comment, and possibly a subscribe if you are new here. I would truly appreciate it. And guys, I really appreciate all the support on the recent videos. Truly means the world to me. Alright, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Alright, guys, let's get straight into this tier list. So, we're going to be starting off with S tier. So, in S tier, we're going to put Bangalore in S tier. So, reasoning behind this, Bangalore is pretty much the Swiss Army knife of Apex Legends. She has different abilities that just work so well, and they're all pretty different too. The smoke and the airstrike and the double time, those are just all insane abilities to have for just one legend. She has just taken Apex by storm recently, and I think she firmly belongs in S tier. So next, Seer. So this is just as of recent. The ability that he got extended to him was silence, and it is now lasting 10 seconds, and if you get hit by that, you are pretty much completely useless. Aside from the fact that he's also got wall hacks, right? With his ultimate, he can just track people through walls, see exactly what they're doing, their whole position. He has just rose to the top of the list yet again. So yeah, this might be a little bit controversial, but I do believe Seer belongs in S tier. Alright. Horizon in S tier. Now, Horizon has just, again, went to the top of the list by far. The gravity lift, second to none, vertical rotation for your team, and it's huge for a get out of jail free card. Whenever you need a quick heal, you can just swivel around in the gravity lift. And her ultimate is extremely annoying to play against. You just chuck a couple grenades in there, and if you hit a full team with it, it's pretty much game over and blocks off an entire area that they're able to go to and try to contest you. So yeah, I think Horizon belongs firmly in S tier. Next, we are going to go to A tier and got our buddy Bloodhound. Now, Bloodhound is very close to being on the edge of S tier. I just think since Seer got his update, I just believe Seer ranks above him just a little bit now, and it's not by much. Bloodhound is very balanced and a great choice, and will provide you with some great clips, great high kill games, and anything you could possibly want. He is very nice, and I think he belongs firmly in A tier, and he may move up at some point soon. Next, we got Wraith. Wraith, you know, classic. Just a good pick for just about anyone. The portals, you know, the phase out, being able to spot care packages. It's just like, she's just very balanced and very fun to use, and can provide you with some great plays, provided you know how to use her. And trust me, she is worth learning, and I believe she belongs firmly in A tier. Next, got Pathfinder. This also might be a controversial pick. I do believe Pathfinder just has the best speed out of any legend as far as his grapple goes. I mean, you can rotate so far. The zipline just comes in clutch all the time. You can get, you know, a quick 200 meters away with the zipline. So, I mean, you know, you can figure it out. Pathfinder, I just believe, you know, he could be in B, but I think just due to his rotations and how well he moves around the map, I think he belongs firmly in A tier. Next, we got Loba. Now, Loba is just the loot queen. She's got it all. If you need a gun, need ammo, need attachments, need shields, helmets, whatever it may be, she's got it. And she has some great abilities along with her too. The teleportation ring is just amazing for getting out of situations. It can seriously help you in solo squads if that's your thing. So I think she belongs firmly in A tier, but I wouldn't be mad at anyone who puts her in S tier. So yeah, there's Loba. Next, got Mad Maggie in A tier. Now this might be a little bit of a sleeper pick for A tier. She is just really nice to have. That wrecking ball can seriously throw some people off, and it does a lot of damage, stuns people. It's really annoying to play against sometimes too. And her passive is actually kind of cool as well, especially if you're a shotgun type of person. She moves very fast with a shotgun, and you can pull off some really nice plays with her. If you haven't used Mad Maggie yet this season or previous, I would definitely recommend giving her a try. Next, for A tier, we have Newcastle. And Newcastle is just really nice to have on your team. Him putting up his walls, if you guys are out in the open, or just being able to get that shielded res while you're moving is just huge for fighting teams, especially if you're outnumbered. Getting a res off like that is just so massive for your team. And like I said, being out in the open and not having cover, I mean, being able to place down a huge wall, I mean, you know, that speaks for itself. So I do believe Newcastle belongs firmly in A tier. Next, we're going to move on to B tier. And we're going to start with Ballistic. Ballistic is really nice, but what holds him back the most from being an A or S tier is he's really his most effective when you have a full team. You know, being able to activate unlimited ammo for your entire team is just really nice. And I mean, it's nice to have on your own, but if you're able to provide that for your team in a critical situation, it can be so massive for making plays, winning games, getting high kills, whatever it may be. Next, we're going to throw Gibby in here. So Gibby in B tier, he used to be a lot higher, but he's just sort of outclassed nowadays. And, you know, his hitbox, obviously a huge issue. He feels really slow when you're using him as well. So for that reason, I think we're going to keep him in B, but do not underestimate or sleep on his bubble. A person that knows how to use a Gibby bubble is going to destroy you. Plain up and simple. He is massive, and also the arm shield comes in really good handy when you need it. Next in B, we got Catalyst. Now, I was really torn on whether to put Catalyst in A or B, but I think I'm going to keep her in B because I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like she's sort of missing something. But her abilities, as they are amazing. The wall can completely change the pace of a fight for you and your team. Just being able to, you know, completely reinforce an entire building in seconds. Next, for B tier, we got Octane. Octane, aka the Movement King. And the reason Octane isn't in the higher tiers is just because his abilities are not really falling in line with the people above him. He's great for solo play and just focusing on your gunning because his movement is absolutely ridiculous. He's so fast, but just his abilities are really holding him back right now. Next, Rampart. And Rampart is pretty good. She would be a lot higher if we were talking ALGS because that's a whole different type of playstyle. Rampart can really come in handy for ranked play, but what holds her back the most is she has to get set up in order to really have an impact. Obviously, she's got the minigun and stuff like that, but just being able to get her wall set up, getting Sheila involved, it's just a lot, especially if it's on the spot. You don't always have the time to get ready like that. Next up for C tier, we got Ashe. Now, Ashe, I feel like, is another legend that could use a rework. Her abilities aren't really that bad at all. It's just she gets outclassed a lot by a lot of other legends. Her snare can make a lot of good plays. You can trap people, really throw off their whole momentum if they're pushing you, if they get caught in it. And obviously the sword is great for rotations and getting out of situations, but again, her abilities are just kind of lackluster, leave a lot to be desired. Next is Lifeline. Lifeline used to be a lot higher, but again, for the support category, I just think she gets completely outclassed by Newcastle and Loba. So yeah, we're going to keep her down here. She's, again, very team oriented as well. Not much else beyond that for her, but she's not terrible for a team. She might be in B tier if you do have a team, but just solo regards, you know, it's just, she just belongs in C. So we got Vantage next. And Vantage is actually pretty underrated movement legend, especially with her bat and being able to rotate around like that, and having her own sniper that she can craft and track folks with is really, really nice for her. But her abilities just don't really stack up against these other guys. Next, for C tier, we have Crypto. Again, kind of just a case of getting outclassed by the guys above him. He's very, very good. Don't get me wrong. It's just Bloodhound and Seer are just way, way better at the end of the day. Again, still very, very nice legend to use. Great team legend, but again, other legends just outclassed. So moving on to D tier, Caustic. Now, this might be a little bit of a controversial take. Caustic could be a little bit higher, but I don't know. I don't think he really comes close in terms of competing with someone like Catalyst. He's really only effective in buildings, and even then, definitely gets outclassed sometimes too. He's more so annoying than anything, but again, just slow, kind of not really it right now. Next in D tier, Mirage just doesn't really have a place in this meta for legends nowadays. I would like to see him get a rework, maybe get some new abilities, because as of right now, he's just not really practical. He's good for team situations because of the Invis-Res and stuff like that, but just beyond that, he's not really anything to write home about, so we're going to keep Mirage in D tier. I would be a crime. I did forget to put Watson in C tier, so we're going to slap her here. Just kind of gets outclassed nowadays. The fences are really her only thing that's great about her, besides maybe her shields. But beyond that, I would say Watson belongs in C tier. But yeah, moving on. So we're gonna move on to E tier, and man, Fuse is just not really the greatest anymore. His abilities just don't really line up with the current meta. His ultimate really just does nothing, honestly. The knuckle clusters are kind of really just annoying. Basically, he's just kind of there, and he kind of is just there to make people annoyed. And we got Valkyrie. Now, Valkyrie used to be a lot higher, but her ultimate just got completely thrown in the trash with the addition to evac towers. So now she's only got her jetpack, and that's not really enough to keep up nowadays. So we're gonna throw her in E tier. And the last legend is Revenant. Revenant, I wish he would get his rework already, because I truly feel he could be A or S tier by that time, but he's just, his abilities aren't great. Death Totem ain't great. Silence is okay, but it doesn't really do anything for you in the long run. And the really only thing to write home about is his ability to climb higher. That can make for some really great plays, but again, just doesn't fit in with today's meta.